Hey guys, let me know if you can hear me. Today is day two, day in the life, day in the life. What a life, right? Hey, we're all alive, we're all doing good. Put in that chat section there if you can hear me. I want to let you know you can ask any questions you want today. I do have another live in like an hour. Excuse me. That is focused on my Saturday talk where I'm talking about a particular subject, and I'll be talking about Clubhouse there. But make sure that you put in that chat section that you can hear me. That's super important. And of course, any questions you have. Today, I've got a really busy day planned, and I never really realized it until I started doing these lives. But it's like I got every day planned. Hey, Paul, what's going on, buddy? I'm going to try to do some chat here. Let's see here. Let me just put something, put questions here, right there. So I'm gonna stick that out there. Okay, cool. So we had a good session yesterday, and I hope to have a good one today. I'm sure we will. I won't be on here as long today because I have another one in just 1 hour that I have to do. But I do want to answer any questions out there. Paul had a lot of good questions yesterday. Some other people had some great questions. I got a lot of follow-up questions about yesterday. I understand that not everybody can just jump on here and listen to me for an hour, when I said it. So, if you want to watch one of these afterwards, um, guys, and also if you want to watch one of these, understand that these are always going to be recorded, so you can come back and watch these things anytime you want to do it. It's really easy for you to do. So I want to fill you in on what I'm going to do today. Got a lot of stuff to do today. I am going to work on that masterclass slash webinar I've been working on. I initially did it and we ran some ads to it. We spent about $10,000 in ads. He got some really good response and made a few sales, but it wasn't what I really wanted. And I have to redo the whole thing again. So I've spent, gosh, probably about 5 days, rewriting that particular webinar. And I had already rewritten the webinar that I had in there 3 times. So I don't want you guys to think that, when you're doing this stuff online, it's as easy as, you do something and you put it up there and you sell it. It's just not like that. It's a constant tweaking, constant changing. So, no matter what you're doing, if you're doing a sales page, you're doing a webinar, you're doing, a website, whatever it is, it's a constant change you have to do to it. It's not as simple as doing it once. And, I was listening to somebody talk about webinars yesterday, who's a guy that I really respect, Jason Fladlin. And he was saying there's no such thing as a finished webinar, really. Because what you're going to do is you're going to do it, and then you're going to add to it, and then you're going to change it, and then you're going to tweak it. And that's pretty much true with anything you do online. It's never really finished. Never really finished. You got to constantly do stuff to it. Now, mine, I don't think was as organized as it should have been. And keep in mind, I've done a lot of webinars. I've done hundreds and hundreds of them. And yet, I can still do a webinar, and it's not what I want. It's not as good as what I want. It doesn't get the results I want. And that's something I want you to understand, man. If you're trying to sell online, guys, it is not easy. This channel here is really different from a lot of other channels out there, because all the other channels are going to tell you how easy things are, how simple things are, how it doesn't take you much effort. And that's just BS. I know a lot of digital marketers who are very successful. And I did an interview not too long ago with John Cristani, who's a good friend of mine. He interviewed me and I interviewed him for both of our channels. You can see those on my channel. You can see it on his. But bottom line is, he works so much. I mean, he works more than I do. He's literally 7 days a week, from probably 7 in the morning to 8 or 9 o'clock at night, 7 days a week like that. And that's the kind of dedication it takes. And he's really grown his channel. I mean, if you look at his channel, I think he's got about 400,000 subscribers now. He's done really well on it, but it's because of the effort he puts in. And then every day he's trying to think up new stuff to do. I try to think up new stuff to do. Let's see here. Paul's got a question here. How long did it take you to feel comfortable and develop your routines as well as your daily routine? Man, I tweak that every day, Paul. I really do. I know what I want to do the night before. Okay, the night before I will say, hey, I want to work on this webinar. I need to work out for an hour and a half. I need to go get donations, which is another thing we have to do today. We have to go get donations. My wife is a dog trainer. and she also collects donations for these animals. It's called Dogs Without Borders. So she collects food and toys and all this, and they're from the pet store. She has these big bins set up, and people donate. But I don't want to get off track on that. Get comfortable. I don't think I've ever been comfortable. I don't know if I want to be comfortable. Being comfortable is scary to me. That scares me more than anything. If I was comfortable, because if I'm comfortable, that means I'm not going to push myself anymore. So I guess there's a couple ways of looking at that. When did I feel like it was something that worked out well? It works out well every now and then, but comfortable. I don't think I ever feel comfortable. That free report we talked about yesterday was 8 steps to succeed at selling online. John is also 30 years younger. That's got nothing to do with it. I don't even believe in the age thing. Age is nothing, means nothing. I think the problem with aging is that people don't stay in shape. If you stay in shape every day, it may be harder to stay in shape, but if you stay in shape every day, you've got the energy. I mean, you really do. I draw all my energy really from working out, exercising. Today I will do my floor exercises. I will do 3 sets of, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll do 90 pull-ups, 3 different sets of 3 different kinds. So I'll end up doing 90 of those. I will do 60 dips. And I will do about 115 push-ups, and I will do the bike today. So that's the thing that's going to keep you younger. That's the thing that's going to keep you feeling good. Age, I really don't think it has anything to do with it. I really don't. I see people that are 30 years old that just really can't do anything. Weight has a lot to do with it. If you are overweight, and I need to lose a little bit of weight, I could lose 15, 20 pounds easy. But the more extra weight you're carrying, the more it's going to weigh on your body. Working online is a very difficult thing to get exercise, because all you're doing all day long is sitting at a computer and typing, or you're sitting in front of a camera like I am now talking. So working online can be really, really difficult for that reason. You're not as motivated to do exercise because you're comfortable, So you got to kind of make yourself uncomfortable on a daily basis. And I listen to David Goggins a lot. If you don't know who David Goggins is, look him up. David, Goggins. He's known as the toughest guy in the world. He's been a Navy SEAL, Army Ranger, and I can't remember the other thing. He's all three services. He's reached the very top level. And his whole thing is, I want to make myself feel uncomfortable every single day. If I'm not doing something uncomfortable, I'm not growing. Comfort is a scary thing to me. I don't like it. I don't like comfort. Comfort is something where you've reached the end. And I don't want to reach the end, so I don't want to do that. And I know I will one day, obviously, but comfort, not for me. So anyhow, today I'm going to work on that webinar. I filmed 14 videos on Thursday, and they have to get edited. Now, I don't do all the edits to them. I send them to my editor in the Philippines. However, I have to pre-edit them. So I may say, 4 different things in there, and 2 of them I don't want in there, so I got to get rid of those because he wouldn't know what to take out. So I do have to finish editing those. I've gotten 5 of those done, so I have 9 of those to do. Those are all probably 12 to 20 minutes long, and when I'm done with them, they're going to be 10 to 14 minutes long, taking out all the ums and ahs and all the imperfect things in there. But I don't do any heavy editing in there. Billy, who's my editor, will do all that stuff for me. So got to do that. What else do I have to do today? I've got to set up some emails for a campaign I'm doing. And I did have a couple people ask me questions about my live that's going to be at 10 o'clock. The live at 10 o'clock is going to be on Clubhouse. And I don't really want to answer a whole lot of questions about Clubhouse here now, because Clubhouse it's an odd thing. It's a very different thing, but I do want to talk to you guys about that because it's really a cool thing. Let's see what Paul said. I need to incorporate the lead in like you do for the video to sign up and ring the bell. Oh, you guys have to subscribe. Thanks for reminding me, Paul. Don't forget to subscribe. There's a big button down there. It's a red button. If you click it, it'll turn gray, and then there's going to be a bell next to it, and you need to ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so that you're notified every single time I do a live video. What I do also in the morning, hey, Just Roblox, what's up, buddy? Hey, Just, this is not my regular live. My regular live will be at 10 a.m. This is a day in the life that I'm doing now, and I'm doing this every single day at 9 a.m. but I will see you also at 10 a.m. because that's when my regular live is going to be. But every day, guys, you need to incorporate something that's going to be a little bit difficult for you. Don't go towards comfort. I remember reading a story about this philosopher, and he was talking about this king, and the king had everything done for him. Okay, everything done. He had his food cooked for him. He had people who dressed him. Matter of fact, he didn't even walk anymore. They laid him on this couch, and these guys carried him around. And they would set him in different places. And one day he had to ask him. He says, "Are you carrying me, or am I on the ground?" So, he had gone so far as to becoming comfortable that he didn't even know if he was on the ground or they were carrying him around anymore. That's not my idea of living. That's not it. You got to experience some pain every day. You've got to be out there with, other individuals every day. I have no idea how these celebrities do what they do and are not, I don't know how to put it. They can't live a regular life. You take somebody like Paul McCartney, and I heard him on an interview the other day. Paul McCartney was really interesting, and they were talking about coronavirus and the mask. And understand, Paul McCartney has been famous since he was a teenager. I mean, literally since he was a teenager, he could not walk down the street without being mobbed. And they said, "Well, what do you think about coronavirus and having to wear these masks?" He says, "I love it. I love wearing this mask." And the interviewer says, "Why would you love wearing a mask? I mean, what's the deal with that?" He goes, "I can actually go into a store and have my mask on and nobody bothers me. This is the best thing I've ever seen. I've never been able to go out to a store my entire life, and now I can do it because I have a mask on." Gosh, what kind of life is that? I would hate the fact that you couldn't go in a store, you couldn't go to a grocery store, clothing store, convenience store, go get gas, you just go walk around and look around the store. Man, that would drive me crazy. You couldn't go out to a restaurant, you couldn't do anything. Imagine that. Is that really what you want? I don't. I like being able to go out and do stuff, and I do bump into people every now and then that says, "Hey, I saw one of your videos," and you'll say hello to me, and that's kind of cool. But man, I like being able to go anywhere I want and people don't notice me. I don't want to be noticed. That's like a really uncomfortable feeling, I would think. I wouldn't want that at all. Guys, do you have any other questions in here? Because I've got to jump off and I've got to get ready for my other live, which requires a little preparation. But if you have any questions, stick them in there. And also, if you're seeing this video, I'm doing them every single day through the end of the month, but I'm doing every single day, and I'm going to record them. So if you can't be here when I do them, come back and watch them. They're going to be here for you. They're not going to be edited or anything like that. So let's see here. What video editing software do you use? I have a couple that I use, Paul. I used to use Final Cut Pro, and I switched over to Camtasia, and I probably exclusively use Camtasia now. I love Camtasia. It's really easy to work in. They've got all kinds of symbols and drawing things and all kinds of cool stuff in Camtasia. I can do it really quick in Camtasia. I've gotten to where I'm used to it, so I really like it. Michael Jackson was ahead of the curve. Haha. Oh yes, with the mask. Yeah, he was, wasn't he? I forgot he even wore that mask. He would fit right in today, wouldn't he? I hate those masks. Anybody like those masks? Put in the comments if you like those masks. Put in the comments if you hate those masks. What do you think of those stupid masks we have to wear? That's insane. Oh my God, I can't stand those things. But if you have any questions about my routine and what I do, it's not this. Well, it's kind of the same in the beginning of the day. But throughout the day it does change. I do have certain things that I have to set up every day, and the reason I'm doing these lives, guys, is to answer your questions, to help you with your business, but also the flip side of that is I want you to see what it's like to run an online business, that it's not me checking in once a week on all my sales and collecting all my money, because it's not like that. It's constant work. It's constantly coming up with new ideas. Things come and go. Things do well for a while and then they don't. It's like we'll get an ad running and it does really well. We'll make a bunch of money and then it dies out. That audience dies out, or there's the ad fatigue where people have seen it before and people stop clicking on it. It's a constant battle. When you sell stuff online, you can have a sales page that works really well for a year and a half or 3 months and then it dies out. So you're always having to create something. Now the good thing is I've got enough stuff out there created now. I've got books and I've got courses and I've got a survival food company. I've got coaching. I've got all these different things that I always have an income, which is very, very nice. However, it's constant work. What events are on your must hit when this opens up? Do you outsource billing? I don't really have billing per se. The way my companies work is that when somebody buys something, they pay for it. So there really is no billing to do. We do have a full-time accountant that does all the accounting and all that kind of stuff, but we use QuickBooks Online, so that's really helpful to do that. Jessica is the executive administrator. She's also my wife, and she takes care of all that stuff, the financial stuff. I couldn't tell you what's in the bank accounts. I really couldn't. She knows that on a daily basis. Of course, I trust her with everything, so I don't have any problems there. As far as events, I don't know what's going to be left, to be honest with you. I really don't. I have no idea what's going to be left after all this is over with. So I'm going to have to kind of see what's out there. I would love to do some cruises again. I know that was the first thing that was hit was cruises. Oh my God, cruises got hit really hard. But I love cruises. I want to do that again. I mean, I love cruising. So anyhow, guys, that's all I got for right now. I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here. I will be back at 10 a.m. So come back to the channel at 10 a.m. We're going to be talking about Clubhouse. If you don't know what Clubhouse is, go ahead and into Walmart online. Did that make a big difference? Yeah, go ahead and check out Clubhouse. And Paul's asking about Walmart. How did I get into Walmart? Actually, I didn't do it directly. I had one of my distributors do it. Because they sold on Walmart's website and they actually put my products there, so that's how we got into Walmart. And did it make a big difference? No, it really did not. Walmart is not what you think it is. I mean, we have so many people selling my product now that it was nice to get the extra business, but it was just a little bit more business. It wasn't that much more business. We didn't get rich off Walmart, that's for sure. Hope to see you there. I will see you there. Just for Blocks. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I will see you guys at 10 a.m. Come back at 10 a.m. We're going to be talking everything Clubhouse and how you can make some money on a really new, cool platform. I'll see you guys then.